It's a very bafwetu, Bobo M yet again bringing you another exclusive Kas'lam TV. Today I've got house and dance music royalty. Prince Kaybee, I don't even have to say ukuthi royalty. This guy keeps on bringing hits and hits again and again and again. And I just want to know which and maybe you guys can get some tips. How do you become such a maestro? I'd like to introduce my guest for today, Prince Kaybee. Thanks.
Sure.
First of all, singing Kas'lam. Where do you come from and Unjan Kas'lam?
I don't like saying like a specific town. I come from the Free State because I feel like I represent the whole province.
Yeah.
You know, and another reason is that I've been moving up and down. So a lot of towns within the Free State have this sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was born in Senegal. I moved to Sabelo, moved to Bloemfontein, lived most of my life in Belco.
Yeah.
Where I did my primary years and high school, and then I went back to Bloemfontein, did a bit of school there, and then that's where my hustle began.
Yeah.
In Bloem.
Okay. As Kulume, the music side of things.
Yeah.
When you did Charlotte, it was very hard to see with how are you gonna come back with something bigger. Something much stronger or much.
Yeah.
Like Charlotte took over.
Yeah.
It took over. It was one of the biggest songs we've ever seen for house music. And it was really hard to see what you'll come up with something new.
Yeah.
And a couple of months ago, a friend of mine, Unebo, sends me a track. Says this is gonna be the biggest song in the country.
Yeah.
And last 2 months ago, they say Safters. We're driving to the Safters.
Yeah.
And then comes on in Club Control. My pela, we switch on to another radio station.
Yeah.
Comes on Club Control. My pela, we switch on to another radio station. A couple of minutes, comes on Club Control. Let's talk about Club Controller. How did the collaboration come about, and what inspired the track?
From the beginning, like the beginning of your question, you said you didn't see me coming with something after Charlotte.
Yeah, this big.
Yeah, it has always been like that, the mindset of the people, especially in South Africa.
Yeah.
After I released Wajelo and Better Days, some said we don't see him coming up, and then Charlotte came. Some said, and then Club Control. So it has always been my thing. Like I love the challenge though.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, man. But coming back to your main question here, Club Controller started back in June. When we started the song, it was me. Well, I was alone in studio. I sent the song to a guy called TNS, the one that sings on the song.
Yeah.
And La Soul Mates, 2 other producers from Durban. I sent them to give it a bit of a gum flavor, but not too much, you know. So we sent the song back and forth, and somewhere along the line, the song leaked, and then the instrumental came out. In fact, I was so surprised. I was at a festival, and Dira played the song. I went to him, Amdot, where do you get the song? And I looked at the title of the song. It wrote something, you know, those WhatsApp things. When you send someone a song,
and then there's D's and numbers,
it's AD, what, audio, something numbers.
Yeah.
That's how the song was titled on the CDJ when I looked. And then I asked him where does he get the song. He said someone sent him the song via WhatsApp. I went back to the boys, guys, who leaked the song. Apparently someone's girlfriend listened to the song, gave it to someone, and then it was over, you know.
Yeah.
And it blew up in December, way before it's released, you know. And I had to now quickly, release the song because we needed to do damage control and drop the song. Yeah.
And with the response, how has the response been ever since the official release?
The response of the official release, it's people were more attached to the instrumental last year in December. But as soon as we dropped the original with the vocals, the official, we had a bit of of a struggle for people to get to know the original song, you know. But now, trust me, like everyone is singing the song, Ibambito Yako, you know, and Young Control Lengom or whatever. So it's beautiful now, but at the beginning it was a bit of a struggle.
No, I gotta say, it is a banger.
Yeah,
it
thank
is
you
a
so
banger.
much. Thank you
And
so much.
from the media side, from a media perspective, it is the biggest song in the country.
Yeah.
There's no denying that it is the biggest song in the country.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how actually everything came about, you know. And then finally we were in studio together when we recorded the vocals of the song. Yeah, that's when we teamed up with Xander. Xander that I featured on Yonki, you know, and she did a brilliant job with the writing of the song. You know, everyone, even kids are singing to it. So she did a brilliant job.
Okay, would you say Prince Kaybee is underrated?
Prince Kaybee is underrated.
Yeah, would you say that?
I love the title though. I love when people say I'm underrated, because I always prove myself to be worthy. You know, so I would say I'm underrated, but not in a bad way. Like, I like it like that. You know, I don't want to be the top artist of the country. I just wanna when you listen or think about me, you think about the music, and don't be confused with the hype. You know, overrated people are consumed by hype. You know, there's too much hype into it. Along the way you lose focus.
You succumb to the hype.
Exactly. You forget what is the main thing that made you who you are, which is the music. What is the main thing that made people love you, which is the music. So being underrated is actually very nice. I love it. I don't want to be overrated, because if you're overrated, you hit the ceiling. There's nothing else. You can't move. There's nothing else you can do. You know.
Even blocks your creativity.
Exactly. So I do feel like I'm underrated, but it's okay. It's cool.
But the numbers are saying something else.
Exactly. Yeah. I care more about the numbers and the music going out to the people. You can listen to my music and not put out a shout out or go crazy about me, but go crazy about the music. Yeah. It's not. I'm not selling the person. I'm selling the product, the music.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about your nomination for the Summers. You're nominated for the Best Dance Album.
Best Dance Album, Best Male Song of the Year. And Best Produced Album.
Which one would you like to take?
Best Dance Album.
Best Dance Album.
Best Dance Album. I took the Best Dance Album last year. No, the year before last year. At the Metros. It was a beautiful feeling. I love the category because you are judged according to the body of work. It's not just one song. And man. So it's a body of work. Every song counts. Every detail within the music, the storytelling, the how you compile the album as well. The body of work is just, you know.
To me, I think personally, I think it's either you or Lady Zama.
Zama is an incredible artist.
We're looking forward to the awards. We hope that you win. You know you're gonna win. You're gonna win.
I hope so. I hope I win something.
In one of these categories you were nominated. You're gonna win.
Thank you so much.
Your work is incredible. Your work is nice. Let's talk about you personally. When you're not working, when you're not at Universal, when you're not in studio, what does Prince Kaybee do?
I'm not an outgoing person. I'm actually very boring. I live with my cousin. My cousin lives with me at my house, and he's always pestering me. Let's go out. Let's go to the beach. I live in Durham. Let's go to the beach. Let's do this. I've never been to the beach ever since I moved to Durham. I moved to Durham last year, and I've never been to the beach. I feel like what's the point? I don't feel like going to the beach. You know? And other things as well, like going out at night, nightclubs. I know it's a bit funny coming from a DJ, but I'm only going to nightclubs when I work, you know. And I'm a boring person. Like, I don't see myself doing anything other than music. I wake up in the morning, I go to gym, I sit down on my laptop, a few emails here and there, not a lot though, because I feel like I've got people who do that for me. You know, I just check personal emails, not a lot, and then I go into studio, touch ups here and there, and brainstorm most of the time on what's coming. You know, I'm always thinking about what am I gonna do next. Yeah.
Basically, you're an introvert, but let's talk about the brainstorming. What's the process to you coming up with a song or recording a song?
There's different types. I don't have a template where now I follow this thing, nothing else. There's a lot of ways to come up with things. Sometimes someone sends a vocal, you know, you do a song according to a vocal. Sometimes you have the actual beat first, and then the vocalist comes, you know, to write and whatever. I remember when we wrote Charlotte, we were driving from Durban to Bloem, me and Zama. We got to Bloem around 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. She sat down on the floor. When she writes, she sits down on the floor. She sat down on the floor and listened to the beat. She wrote the song. We recorded that song in like 40 minutes. Yeah. In the space of 40 minutes, the song was done. You know. So it's different. There's different ways to it. There's no specific way you can follow to actually come up with a song.
In terms of working with other artists and collaborating with other people, who would you like to collaborate with next? And internationally, let's talk internationally and locally as well. Yeah. Who would you like to go and record a song with next?
Internationally, I've always emphasized on Rihanna. Like I love Rihanna's voice, and I feel like I can do a lot. Yeah. But I've recently, I bumped into KB Mamosadi. The lady.
KB, yeah.
Yeah, KB. Wow, KB. I've always had a crush on KB's voice. Like,
yeah, she has a beautiful voice.
She has a beautiful voice. So I bumped into her yesterday when I was at UTV. And okay, I think we can do something, you know. Yeah. So locally, I would love to be in studio with KB. Actually, we exchanged numbers. We are still, you know, talking about it, the future. Yeah, man. Like everyone else can it's just a matter of doing things in real time. I don't know who I'll be thinking about tomorrow. Yeah. You know, or 2 weeks from now, or even when I walk out here. You never know who you'll bump into that would like to work. I don't have a list. I just go with the flow. Yeah. Okay,
and then internationally? You said Rihanna, it's Rihanna. Yeah. Okay. In terms of the South African music industry, do you think we've reached a point where we can say now we're competing with the world's best?
We are way past that stage. Like South African music is way past that stage. I feel like South African music is like you know, when you're an upcoming artist, your music is good. You just need the exposure. Yeah. You understand? So South African music has been going through that where the exposure isn't enough, especially overseas. And yeah, so now that we are a bit more exposed, I've done a few shows in the UK, in England, I've done Greece, I've done Spain. You know, so I feel like we are more exposed now. Yeah. And shout out to Black Coffee for, you know, like flying the flag high. You know, in terms of these things, opening doors that were never opened. You know, so yeah, like we are way past the stage where you are wondering whether South African music is good enough. Yeah, we are way past the stage. It's too much right now, and everyone is concentrating on the continent. Actually, African music is beautiful.
Okay, when it comes to legends such as Oskido, Fresh, Kanyan, we can name it. Mm-hmm. You as I wouldn't say a newcomer, but as one of the current pioneers of South African music, who of these legends would you like to do a collabo album with?
I feel like every generation has its heroes, and it's time now for this generation to create their heroes. It's all well and good to go back, collaborate with Amahotman, but we are also trying to be heroes of this generation and create some sort of a legacy of this generation. So for me, where I'm standing, I don't feel like collaborating for now. I'm not focusing on such collaborating with legends, you know,
Yeah.
things of that sort.
Yeah.
You understand? I believe I'm trying to create what today's generation is looking forward to.
Yeah.
You understand what people want now, and maybe when my time is over, someone can carry on and do the same thing.
Yeah.
So and I don't see myself 10 years or 15 years from now. Let's say, for instance, I'm working on my last album, and then the time is over, and then I'm calling these young producers, which feature. I think I'll be past that. It will be now their time to actually carry on, and not talking bad about anyone. Everyone is good. I appreciate what they've done for the industry, about Kido, Black Coffee, but now it's time for us now to prove that we can, and we are well capable of doing such.